All right, let's talk about something every single cat owner thinks about, but the answer is way more complicated than it seems. In fact, it's at the center of a huge new scientific debate. How often should you really be feeding your cat? So, what kind of cat parent are you? The one who fills the bowl in the morning and calls it a day, letting them graze? Or are you meticulously portioning out little meals all day long? It's a daily decision for millions of us. But what if we've been getting it wrong this whole time? Well, get this. The conventional wisdom might be about to get a major league update. Some brand new, groundbreaking research is challenging everything we thought we knew about our cat's needs. So, let's get into it. Now, to really get why this is such a big deal, we have to talk about the indoor cat paradox. We brought them inside to keep them safe, we shower them with love, we give them all the food they could ever want. But oops, we may have accidentally created a whole new set of health problems. I mean, look at this. Obesity, it's the biggest nutritional issue for cats, period. But it's not just about them being overweight. Think about it. A bored cat is a stressed cat, and that stress can lead to some really serious health problems, like cystitis. And for a lot of these cats, what's the most exciting part of their day? Eating, which you can see just makes the whole cycle worse. Okay, so for a long, long time, the solution everyone recommended was what's called the grazer philosophy. The idea couldn't be simpler. Feed your cat a bunch of small meals during the day instead of one or two big ones. It's all about mimicking how they'd hunt in the wild. And listen, this isn't just some old wives' tale. This recommendation comes from the big guns, like the American Association of Feline Practitioners. The whole idea is that it's supposed to copy how they'd act out in nature. Catching a mouse here, a little bird there, lots of tiny meals throughout the day. So let's be clear, there's some real science behind this. It's supposed to tap into their natural hunting instincts, keep their metabolism nice and steady, and maybe even get them to move around a bit more. For ages, this was the gold standard. But what if a new challenger just walked into the ring? And that brings us to the challenger, the feaster revolution. A totally new way of thinking that sounds, honestly, a little crazy at first. That maybe one big meal a day is actually better for some of our cats. So where's this coming from? Well, a major study out of the University of Guelph is at the heart of it all. What they found was pretty shocking. Cats who ate just once a day actually felt more satisfied. They were less hungry than cats who were fed 4 times a day. Wait, what? How does that even work? It's a lot like the whole intermittent fasting thing that's so popular with people. And it kind of taps into a more primal rhythm, right? Think about a lion in the wild. They don't have a snack drawer. They make a big kill, they feast, and then they fast. This research suggests our little house tigers might be wired in exactly the same way. All right, so we've got Team Grazer and Team Feaster. Let's really get into the science and see what's actually happening inside a cat's body with each of these plans. Okay, check this out, because this is fascinating. This chart is all about protein. That black line, that's the cats who ate just one meal. See how it spikes higher and stays up longer? That means they had way more of those essential amino acids, the literal building blocks for muscle, available in their system. This is so important, especially for older cats, to help them keep their muscle mass. And this little chart just lays it all out. The feasters are 1 meal a day cats, they felt fuller for longer, and that lower fasting RQ, that's just a sciencey way of saying their bodies were burning more fat for fuel. Pretty cool. But on the other side, the grazers, they were actually more active during the day, and their blood sugar was more stable. So you see, there are real pros and cons, metabolically speaking, to both sides. But here's where we really need to zoom out. Because arguing about 1 meal versus 4 can make us miss an even bigger piece of the puzzle. What are we actually putting in the bowl? Because, let me tell you, the type of food can change everything. Take a good look at this number, 39%. What on earth could that represent? That, right there, is the chance that a cat with a painful urinary tract disease will get it again within 1 year if they're eating standard dry food. Almost a 40% chance. That is just shockingly high. Now look at this number, 11%. And that is the recurrence rate for the same condition, but this time in cats that were switched over to a wet food diet. The risk just plummets. This is huge. It means that before you even start worrying about meal timing, just switching from dry to wet food could have an absolutely massive, life-changing impact on your cat's health. And of course, there's another giant variable we have to talk about, your cat's age. A little kitten, they're basically tiny furry engines that are growing like crazy. They need 3, maybe even 4 small meals a day. Your healthy adult cat, well, as we've seen, 1 or 2 meals might be perfect for them. But then you get to our sweet senior cats. Their digestion just isn't what it used to be. So for them, the advice actually flips right back to giving them smaller, more frequent meals, just to make sure they're getting all the nutrients they need. Okay, so my head is spinning a little bit. We've got grazers, feasters, wet food, dry food. What are you supposed to do with all this? The answer is, there is no one-size-fits-all solution. The whole goal is to build a custom menu that's perfect for your individual cat. And here's a really simple way to think about it. First, just assess and observe. What's your cat's age, their health, their weight? And then just watch them. Do they seem anxious around mealtime? Are they always bugging you for snacks? Next, think about your home. A single cat has a totally different life than a cat in a house with 3 other felines, where food can be a source of major competition and stress. And number 4, the most important one, talk to your vet. They are your partner in this. They can help you put all these pieces together for your specific little buddy. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about their weight on a scale. It's about their whole well-being, right? A truly great feeding plan is one that makes them healthier physically, but also happier and calmer emotionally. It's about giving them an amazing life. So I want you to go home and really think about it. Is your cat a grazer or are they a feaster? Finding out the answer just might surprise you. And it could be the key to unlocking a healthier, happier life for your best friend.